Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about that lead code problem that's name is second highest salary. So in this table, so in this given problems, you have to be given an employee table, okay? And in this employee table, you have given a column name and their column type, okay? So the column name having a two column ID and salary. Okay. So the ID having a type integer and salary having an integer. Okay. So ID is the primary key. Means of that primary key means of that those column which have an unique column of this entire column of this entire table and and it is not null and it is never be null. Okay, so that's why this column having a primary key. Okay, so each row of this table contain information about the salary. Means of that each of the employee table having contain an employee salary. You know very well, just looking about that real world scenario means of that salary represent that each of the employee. Suppose suppose employee table having a represent some company employee and salary is determined that some employee salary. Okay, so now I hope you have to be understood that employee table. Okay, so now our task is that we need to find the second highest salary from the employee table. Okay, so if there is no second highest salary, return null. I hope you have to understand very well. Suppose you have to be given a salary table, employee table having a salary, and you will simply return second highest salary from the table. Okay, now we have to move on problem example. So this is our problem example. This is having an employee table, and this is a ID, and this is a salary, and ID is unique and not null. Okay, according to our problem and according to our given statement, and this is a primary key because of that. Okay, so the salary is 100, 200, 300, 300. Those in this salary column, that the two salary is unique. You know very well that when you have to be looking some real world scenario, suppose that the two employee having a two common salary, two equal salary. You are a two colleague, they are a similar salary. I hope you know very well about it. Okay, so they are the second employee table having a salary 100, 200, and 300, and their output is 200. Okay, so in this employee table, the third one having a only one salary, so that's why we will return null. Because of that, they are not a second salary in this table. The second salary is not present. I hope you have to be understood about that what is the problem statement. Okay, so now how you can solve it. So the first intuition is that we have to be getting a we have to be get a second salary now. So I hope you know very well aware about that aggregation function. I'm just writing the spelling aggregation function. What is the aggregation function? Means of that you need to be returned only one value of this entire table, of this resultant value. Just like it, sum sum function is the return only the sum from this entire table. Maximum, which will be returned from the entire function from the maximum value. Minimum, which is return the minimum value from the entire function. Okay, so this function is called an aggregation function. Okay, I hope you know very well about it. So, so suppose let's us about that break down the task. We need to be return the second highest salary. Now our problem is that if we have to be move on second highest, if we have to be get the highest salary, so that's why this is very very simple. We need to be getting a maximum salary because of that aggregation function, and getting the highest salary from this employee table, from this employee table. I hope you know very well about it. Okay, so now this is our simple task. Okay, but you need to be getting a second highest salary. So when you will get when you will retrieve the highest salary, which is 300 according to this problem, so what you will do, you will simply check that if it is the salary is maximum salary and which is not equal to the 300, so that is our resultant answer. Means of that I am just again explaining you. I want to get the highest salary, but which is not equal to the 300 according to this given problem table. Okay, so the highest salary is 300, but it is not equal to the 300. So the highest salary, except this highest salary, is that 200, which is our required value, Okay, so this is our second highest salary. Okay, now we have to move on second example. Just like it is, I want to get a maximum salary, so maximum salary is 300. Okay, so the maximum salary is 300, so I want to get the second highest salary means of that this is our highest salary, but I want to be getting a higher salary which is not equal to this salary, which is not equal to the maximum salary. So that's why our second maximum value is 200. Okay, but in this third problem, the second highest salary is null. Because of that, we cannot retrieve the second highest salary. So that's why the maximum salary is 100 and the second highest salary is not present. So that's why we will return null. Okay, so what is the coding statement? The coding statement is nothing. We will to getting that just like it is. I will get the maximum salary as means of that I am just explaining you. This is a alias, if you know about it. Okay, alias, which is second highest salary, means of that maximum second highest salary from this employee, where not in the second maximum salary from employee, means of that this whole of the query will retrieve the maximum salary from this employee table, which is 300. I am just already explaining you that I want to be getting the maximum salary, but but which is not equal to the 300, means of that which is I am getting a second highest salary. I hope you will be able to understand what is the logic behind this. Okay, so now this is another method. We can solve it we can solve it. Suppose of that you have to be two table, E1 and E2. This is the thing of this. Okay, E1 and E2. I am just comparing about it and count each of this value of this table. Which of this the count of this value? Suppose of that this is our 100. This is the 100. Okay, now check that E2 salary, employee 2. I'm just changing the name, but the data is same. So E2 salary is greater than E1 salary, is greater than E1 salary, and each and every count I will just check it. Okay, so now that is 100 is greater than 100. 100 is greater than 100. No, 100 is not greater than 100. Okay, so now we have to move on second thing. Is that 100 is greater than 200? No. 100 is greater than 300? No. 100 is greater than, again, why we have to move on 300? Okay, so again, so that's why we will stop it. because we will not be checking again and again which is the same repeating cell. Okay, so now the current salary is not greater than the whole of the salary, so that's why the count is 0. Okay, now move on second example. So the 200, so the 200 is greater than 100. Yes, 200 is greater than 100, so that our count is 1. Suppose of that suppose of that in case of uh, in case of we have to be at 200 again. 200, so the 200 is greater than 200. No, we will not count about it. Okay, we will simply check that 200 is greater than 300. No, the count remain will be same. Okay, because of that we will simply count from the distinct cell, from the distinct cell. Okay, I hope you have to understand. I'm just rewriting about it. uh, so that's why our count is 1. Now again we will check that is 300 is greater than the 100. Yes, 300 is greater than 100. Our count will be increment by 1. Is the 300 is greater than 200? Yes, the count will be increment by 2. Is that 300 is greater than 300? No, and then our query will be stopped. Okay, our count will be stopped. And now what we will do, our intuition will be getting the find the highest salary. Now the second highest salary will be 2 minus 1, means of that highest salary is 1. Highest salary is 1. Our count is 1, so that's why highest salary is 1. So the count will be checking that 2 minus 1. Okay, means of that uh, 2 minus 1 will be count the distinct salary. I'm just checking about the distinct salary. Okay, no need about to checking this 300. Why? Because we have to already check about that 300. Okay, so now this is our query of this second approach. We have to be need to getting the maximum salary which is having an alias. Okay, so now this is our employee event table. We know very well about it. The 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So our count should be equal to the 1. Why? Because we need to be getting a second highest cell. Okay. So to be check that, select count distinct salary. Distinct means of that if the sum of the row will be equal, so that's why it will be count only one time. Okay, count only one time, and each and every time we will this is a where clause. This is a where clause which we have to be which will be to use to check the condition into the database. Okay, so the E2 salary is greater than E1 salary, and the each and every time we will be counting. If the count if the any of the count if the any of the count is equal to the 1, so we will simply return 1. Simply return those maximum salary. Those maximum salary. Okay, now according to this problem, according to this solution, this will be return 1. Okay, for this 200 salary. For this 200 salary, that's why we will simply return 200. I hope you will know very well about it for this solution and this solution. Either you can use it. I am just using this salary. Okay, so you know to getting my point. Both is working very very fine. Okay, so I'm just copy and just paste over here. This is working very very fine. You can check it. Yeah, So I hope you know very well about it, about this, you know very well and understand about it. If you have any doubt, so please comment on my channel, please like my video, please share my video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.